When I was in university, there wasn't even a digital marketing class.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't even learn about Google AdWords. We couldn't learn about the things that are impacting businesses today. One of the things, there was that stigma against the marketing degree. Everyone kind of made fun of us saying, you're doing a marketing degree, you're taking the easy way out.
Yeah.
Is that still there? I haven't been on university that long, but I want to know if that's still a stigma that's out there.
I think that it's changed a little bit because I think people think of us more in the creative sense. We're just not going towards that traditional business mindset anymore. We're going towards the more creative.
It's not just sales. It's not just standing in a sales showroom and selling cars. It's about more than that. It's about this digital world which is overtaking everything.
Yeah, it's about that strategy behind everything that a business does now. So I think it has changed a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it vividly. Everyone would say, you're in marketing, you're in marketing. My minor was entrepreneurship and management. Which was another one of those that had that stigma behind it. But, one of the things that we'll talk about a little later that gets me every time is I did not take advantage of university at all. Zero. I went to class, sometimes skipped class, sometimes was there, sometimes wasn't. Ended up getting my degree and didn't capitalize on any networking, didn't spend extra time at university, didn't do any of that. And I think you're the opposite of that.
There are still some of those people, but there are more of us now, and thank you for telling me that I'm one of those people, for sure. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
I find myself now scrambling so hard to network as much as possible to make up for what I missed while I was in university. And you're part of the MacEwan Commerce Club.
Yeah, that's correct.
Co-president.
Yeah.
Tell me about that and tell me a little bit about what that's offered you throughout and how you've been able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, so the MacEwan University Commerce Club is a group of individuals. We have a team of executives and then underneath them is directors. And basically we plan events for the business students and we just want to help them get involved and really get engaged. And I think our mission this year was to help students get more involved in networking and get more involved in the community and give them more volunteer opportunities. So in previous years, the Commerce Club kind of just ran events strictly and just strictly networking, but Amanda, my co-president, and I, we really wanted to give students the opportunity to not only network, but get involved in the club because we are a group of executives. We do all the planning for that, so it's hard to say that they're in the club as well, but we wanted to give them that volunteer opportunity and the opportunity to bring those students into the club more and give them the opportunity to look good as well. So that was kind of our idea. And so we ran a couple networking events, and we ran one the first semester called the What's Out There event. So we brought in a whole bunch of different business-minded people. So we brought in Jared, for instance, and we brought in some. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, I'm glad you did. We brought in a couple accounting people and a real estate person as well, and students were allowed to go and network after a panel series. And then we just ran an event 2 days ago, actually, and that was held at Hudson's on 109th Street, and we invited a whole bunch of entrepreneurs to our event called 10 Minutes to Success, and they were 4 speakers were given the opportunity to talk on their successes and how they've gotten there so far and what road bumps they've hit and what they can tell us students. And so it was really awesome to see those entrepreneurial minded people telling students how they can be successful and what they can do better and who they can talk to and how they can get ahead. So it was really nice to give students that opportunity to see that in person and have that opportunity not to just be in the classroom. So really cool. Q, we are on a roll, so let's sound that sound. We got Kyra Sklar here today, and she is a student at MacEwan University. And I wanted to have you on the show today because I am out of touch. I haven't been out of university that long, but like I said earlier already, I didn't do anything in university in terms of networking. I didn't take advantage of that, and I see you doing that all the time. So
You just talked about some of the events that you've been running with the McEwen Commerce Club. Do you have more events coming up? What's the plan for McEwen Commerce Club to help the students network and take advantage of that aspect of university lifestyle?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that we are kind of in the works with is we're potentially planning a agency tour with Keen Creative and Keen Group.
Yeah.
So maybe giving the students the opportunity to go see an agency and see what it's
see
like.
What that agency life is like. We always use hashtag agency life whenever we can.
Yeah.
And it's completely different than the regular job, and I think that'll be a cool tour for everyone to go on.
And I actually went on a couple of the Edmonton Advertising Club agency tours, and it really opened my mind up to what's out there, so it was awesome. So we're gonna try and implement that as well, and then we're hoping in the springtime to plan a couple volunteer events within the community, just to give students that opportunity to get out there and volunteer and have something that's on their resume, because we push for students to be well-rounded and have those different opportunities that make them see the world differently and be interactive. So
What is the coolest thing you've seen on the agency tours you've gone? We're going to try to get some background information that we can implement here. So what's the coolest thing you've seen? We try to live this agency life and be very flexible with everyone and have a lifestyle where people are excited to come to work every day.
Yeah. Am I allowed to name another agency?
Oh, go for it. Go for it.
So I actually toured Lift Interactive, just off of White Ave, and their entire work space, it was just collaborative. They had work desks that were open to everybody, and I loved that everyone was just sitting out in the open and just chatting with each other, and then some were sticking their headphones in and just doing their own thing, but being in the same room as all these like-minded people and feeding off of each other. That's what I would love to do, and I love that. So
it's crazy because everyone works differently, and I think we've identified that over the last couple of years, where if you want to put in your headphones and work, put in your headphones. If you want to come in and take a little nap, half an hour in the day in the beanbag chairs, go take a nap in the beanbag chairs. At the same time, there's the time to work, and we have our creative room that's just over there where everyone kind of works in this open space. They can collaborate and they can hear what everyone else is doing. And it allows us to focus in on being creative and being as creative as we can every single day. Because sometimes that's tiring. So I'm excited about it. And thanks for that tip, because we're going to keep implementing those here as much as we can. You also said something earlier in our kind of prelude before we started that you're thinking about traveling after school.
I am.
And get that going. I've done some traveling, and I've been in a lot of places around the world. Tell me where you want to go and what's your plan for traveling after school before you get to work.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of my passions is skiing. I've skied since I was a little girl, and I used to coach ski racing, and I coached children. So one of my biggest top bucket list items was to go ski Japan. The powder is amazing there. It's called Japao.
Yeah.
I just want to go experience the culture. I know that they have a whole bunch of meditation retreats, and so I want to go try out some of that, just be in silence, just think on myself and just self-growth, but also to just be around other like-minded people that just love to be out on the hill. So
one of my friends, Brad, went there and he showed me the GoPro footage after he got back. And it's not like a ski hill here. It's just all trees, but a lot of powder going through it. Yeah. That's the most exciting part of it?
Yeah, I would love to go on a couple of backcountry tours and whatnot and really just put some money into that, because it's such an experience. So, yeah.
Cool. So you're a skier. I didn't know that. Yeah. Tell me about that then in comparison to university and networking. You get to meet so many people, be part of teams, go out to the ski hill. Mm-hmm. Do you get out every weekend? What do you try to do?
I try to get out as much as possible. When I coached, I got out a lot more, but I actually I do tour directing with a ski company in Edmonton once a month, just to get out there, and so I direct a bus up, just chat with all the people. I actually met a guy there who is a wealth management investor, and his son goes to McEwen, and he's like, oh man, you have to text my son and tell him how to get involved. And actually his son ended up coming out to our event last week.
Really cool.
And was like, hey, I'm really interested. So I guess that skiing kind of gives that sense of community and to just get to know people and that free atmosphere to talk and just have fun. And I think it relates back to getting to know people and how you network and who you know, and everyone has another passion. And so it's not just about the business,
Cool. I know we talked about this earlier today already, and I'm going to touch on it again because, like I said, when I was in university, which wasn't too long ago, I didn't take advantage. I didn't take advantage of the networking. I was there just to get the degree. I was kind of in and out. But I want to know if it's changed one thing. With marketing, I always was in school and everyone told me that the marketing degree there was a stigma behind it. Has that changed at all with the digital world and the way that people are looking at marketing now compared to when I was in university and it was seen as almost like a sales job?
Yeah. I think there's a definite split between the people that go into accounting and finance and the people that are in marketing and maybe management. I think there's a little bit more of a creative direction towards marketing and a more of global thinking and creative level and working with people and the clients and the strategy behind it. But I don't think there is the same stigma that there used to be. It's not just sales and that kind of thing.
When I was in university, there wasn't even a digital marketing class.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't even learn about Google AdWords. We couldn't learn about the things that are impacting businesses today. Yep. Do you have that now? Have you been able to go through classes like that and get a good idea of what social is all about?
We have a digital or electronic marketing class, but
not all the way there yet then.
No, It's still changing so much that it's hard to keep up with it. So I personally have learned that stuff in my internships and my part-time jobs, just wanting to learn and reaching for those things and asking people to teach me because school can't keep up with it yet. So
no, it's moving too fast. The platforms are moving too fast. Within 6 months, everything we did before has now changed.
Absolutely.
And the universities haven't been able to keep up with that pace. I tell everyone that comes through here that you'll learn more in the first 2 weeks of a digital marketing job than you learned in your entire digital marketing classes in university.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not a knock against university. It's just a fact that things are changing so quickly out there that you have to have current experience to make a difference. And with your internship, tell me about that one. Tell me about your internship a little bit. What's the major thing you've learned there so far?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was actually in the co-op program, and that's how I got into that internship. And it was a digital marketing support role with a agency group that does foster care, counseling, and family law estate. And so I basically was doing all their socials for them. And one of the most important things that I learned was attention to detail.
Yeah.
Because the minor flaws are noticeable on any social media platform.
Yeah.
The other thing I learned was when I don't know something, to ask. Like, I didn't know SEO, so I was like, hey, I need someone to teach me. Can you give me the resources? Give them to me. I want to learn them. So ask what you want to know.
Be a sponge.
Yeah.
We tell that to our employees all the time. Learn as much as you can, shadow people, be a sponge. SEO is one of those unique niche marketing metrics that not everyone can understand right away. And they're not going to teach that in school. So because the Google algorithm, again, changes so quickly and it changes at an instant, you have to be able to adapt to that and understand the premise of it. So that's really cool.
Thanks.
What's the next steps now? You have a couple semesters left at McEwen and then travel, and then what's going to happen after that? What's your goal?
Well, my goal is unknown right now, but I know that I would like to experience some of the marketing agency experiences to see if that's what I want to be in, because currently I'm in an in-house position. So right now I'm doing coffee meetings with different professionals around the city just because I love to learn from them. I want to know what their experiences are, what they do, what fuels their fire, I guess. And from there, I guess, just evaluate what my priorities are. And I really want to work with people. So I want to be with the client, helping.
Be creative, be collaborative.
Exactly. I feel more positive and like I'm growing when I'm around people, and I would love to help people find their vision for their business and being able to do that. Another thing that is eventually a goal of mine is to help do tourism marketing. So like venture beyond for Jasper, amazing. If I could do Squamish marketing for them for their tourism, that'd be so cool, just because that's what I love. I love being outside and
travel Alberta. There's lots of different options that we have here in the province for that, so that's super cool.
That's what I love.
What is one tip that you would give a university student going into university or college here in Canada, here in Edmonton, that they should take with them through their degree?
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds cheesy, but I tell every first, second, third year student, get involved. Message people on LinkedIn.
I wish somebody would have told me that.
Yeah.
Well, people did. I just didn't listen. But.
Message people on LinkedIn. Talk to people. Go to networking events. Find those people that might be interested in the same thing as you, talk to them, ask them what they do, how they do things, why they do things, what their hobbies are, like, just to get things flowing. But you never know what kind of ideas are going to spark in you. So I had a coffee meeting with one person, and he told me that even though I don't have the technical skills behind like digital marketing, I have that global mindset. I have that overall arcing view where I can see things as they are and be able to condense them and form them into something that they will need in the future. That sounds very broad, but...
No, it really, but it's what it is, right?
Yeah.
And I think that those experiences and that networking in university is one of the underrated, in a world now where university is getting less and less important, or people are saying it's getting less and less important. I think that's one of the underrated items that people miss, is the networking, the ability to make connections while you're there. Absolutely. That can last through your entire career.
Yeah.
And I miss those. Now I'm scrambling to catch up, and I'm glad that you're capitalizing on that now. Yeah. Cool. Thank you very much for coming out, Kyra.
Thank you.
This has been a blast, and keep it up, keep networking, and maybe you'll work here one day, but we'll have to find out.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank
Kyra.
you.